Hmm. About time you woke up. I didn't think a small blow to the back of your neck would have knocked you out for so long. Wasn't even at full strength. Well, let's get right to the point. I'd suggest you try not to struggle. Those ropes are made and reinforced by magic, so you won't be getting loose anytime soon. Plus, I've imbued them with a spell to tighten should those knots happen to come loose. Before you try, this room is deafened, so no sounds are going to get out, no matter what screams you make. Better check if you're even coherent enough to talk. Can you understand what I'm saying? Nod if you can. Nothing. Just staring at this vial. You're really after this, aren't you? Well, here. Let's make a deal. I'll give this back to you. But you need to cooperate with me and answer my questions, alright? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Let me get a bit close. Whoa! Feisty one, aren't we? Also, did you just try to bite me? What was that? My blood smells like what's in the vial. Well, I was already pretty sure before, but that confirms it. You've been turned into a thrall. Reason you're drawn to me is because vampire blood courses through my veins. Guess it must be what the other hunter was after here. They must have gotten wind of the potential presence of a vampire and wanted to survey the city. Still, wonder what in the world happened to them. Either case, it's getting late. Much later than I was expecting to be out running this investigation. Better get started. First things first. Where did you get this vial? A person gave it to you in a park. Alright, tell me where this park is. The northwest part of the city. Give me a little more than that. I'm sure there's more than one park in that district. The one with the large, dense trees. Almost like a forest. They basically block out the sun. Well, isn't that an ideal spot for a vampire to set up camp? Alright, next thing. How did you come to possess this? What exactly happened? And don't skip out on any details you might remember. You recall being drawn there by a voice in your mind. You walked to the park, sat down, and fell asleep. Next thing you knew, a man woke you up, the two of you conversed, and then he gave you that vial. And you just decided to take a sip. Well, that's a vampire's hypnotic coercion for you. Didn't even hesitate to wonder what he might have been giving you. I guess things just went from there since you're sitting here. Alright, next question. When did this happen? A few days ago. Well, that's longer than I would have assumed a thrall to retain any form of humanity. Either you've got some strong willpower, or something else. Alright, final question. Why were you stalking me earlier? You felt compelled to follow, as if some kind of force was willing you to? I heard in recounts before that vampire could use their thrall as extensions of their senses. However, from how you're acting now, that must mean he's got his focus on other affairs. Guess I can count that as a lucky break. Well, thank you for your cooperation. Now, the question is what to do with you. The good news is that I've handled Thrall in the past a handful of times. Wish I could say the same of their masters themselves, but from my experience, the effects can be reversed. You'll be craving more, human cuisine soon enough. But before that, I want to check something. This little vial you've got on you? Yeah, it's vampire blood. Although I don't think it's just blood alone. Something's been done to this to make it seem less concentrated. I'm guessing to control the amount ingested. That way, you're still able to maintain some form of sentience. Although, if you were to down all this at once, that dilution would be rather pointless. Calm down, I only need a little bit of this. There's something I need to check first. Let's see. Get out a couple of these. I'm not going to say this again. Stop struggling. You want this vial back. You keep this up, you're going to get it back broken and burned. Good Thrall. Stay. Now, place these stones here. Hold one and drop it of life that ran through one shrouded in shadows. Blood drinker of old, crimson eyes of the night, reveal to me thine owner. That can't be right. Let me try this again. Maybe my image was off? Drop it of life that ran through one shrouded in shadows. Blood drinker of old, crimson eyes of the night, reveal to me thine owner. Is it? Is it really? You, Thrall. I have one more question for you. The person that gave you this vial, is their name Silas? No way. Seriously. After all these years. So much time I never should have had. Time spent training, practicing, hunting, honing my craft. It was all for this opportunity. I can't let this slip. I need to get moving so I can finally slit that son of a bitch's throat. Keep calm, Ashen. Don't let this get to your head. He's still a vampire. One of the most dangerous beastkin in known existence. Only 2 vampire have been successfully hunted in the entire history of the organization. Slip of here, and it might cost me whatever life I might have remaining. And the lives of so many others if I fail. In fact, the archives say to immediately request a joint hunt if one is confirmed. Even if they responded in time, they'd likely leave me out of it being a half-breed and all. Damn it. Of all the vampire I find in the current situation, it had to be him. Screw it. I can't let this chance pass. Not after so many centuries of having no luck. As for you, hold still. This is some of my own blood. Being a half-vampire and all, the effects are similar, but much less than a pure blood, going from past experience. Like an addiction, you've got to wean off the substance. Not go cold turkey or risk withdrawal. And trust me, you don't want to see withdrawal from vampire blood. Fun fact, back in the olden days, they'd use cow or other animal blood. But I'm not exactly walking around carrying bags of those, am I? You should be back to normal in a couple of days. But I'm going to warn you right now. Stay away from that park. Hopefully, if things go right, all this will feel just like a bad dream soon enough. Feeling satiated for now? Alright, good. I'm going to leave now. Once I get far enough away, your restraints should fall loose. Once that happens, go home, go to bed, and stay there for the rest of the night. And remember, stay away from that park. What am I going to do? After everything I've said, isn't it obvious? I've got a score to settle with that blood-sucking bastard. He was the one who turned me into this long before you were even a twinkle in your father's eye. So, what comes next? Plain and simple. I'm going to end him. Yes, just a little bit further. Your legs must be so ready to give by now. But you have done a great job. Go ahead and take a seat. Good. Now, feel the weight of your eyelids. As I said, you must be weary. It's quite all right. Let them fall. Let your breathing slow and gently let your mind wander. Well, well, yet another has fallen asleep here at this bench. Oh my, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm impressed. Even after taking such a long walk to come to this place, you still have the energy to spring to your feet. Oh ho. Are those what I think they are? I never in 1,000 years would have guessed I would meet a human that can actually use magic. It's been so long since I last saw a true magician. I was fairly sure humans as a species lost their connection to the energies of this world many years ago. What is also interesting is how you are able to actively resist me. What do I mean? Oh, young one, you must have realized by now that your mind was being reached out to by me. The moment that you opened it to my presence, knowingly or unknowingly, you allowed a connection so that I can effortlessly speak to you telepathically. However, it seems the moment you saw me as a threat, that connection has been cut off. Oh well, no matter. All this means is that this will be a much more delightful evening than most nights. Oh, don't be alarmed. You can hold off on casting your spell for now. After all, if I'd simply wanted you as a meal, well, I wouldn't have gone through all this trouble. I have many other methods, much simpler methods, if that were my goal. After all, I'm sure you know what I am. Intriguing. You said vampire. That is an older way of addressing my kind. I haven't heard that word uttered for many, many years. In addition, you are capable of using true magic. I would almost go so far as to say you have stepped into the modern world from a much older time. But I believe it is safe to guess you did not do so. So, if that is the case, where exactly did you hear that word? Believe me, my dear, I may not be able to hear your thoughts, but the smell and sound of your blood tells me more than you will ever know. I would be careful with how you answer. Ah, you heard it from another person. Yes, you're telling the truth. Well then, who exactly? Oh, sweet young one. It really amuses me that you believe you can control this exchange. But this is rather entertaining. I shall humor you for now. Why don't you state what you wish to know, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Now, you really have my curiosity piqued. Let me guess. Did you hear that name from the same friend? Yes. Well, this is turning out to be an interesting turn of events. My sweet little one, I believe I have personally met your friend. Let me guess. He is a half-breed, isn't he? A young man who is part human and part my kind, is he not? The quickening in your blood tells me that I am right. Then, let me ask, did he tell you about how he became part vampire? No. Whatever his recount contains is absolutely true. He was very much an intriguing individual, much like yourself. I took much enjoyment from the hunt, and even more so from that little impromptu test. I am pleased it has yielded a successful result. Did you think that young man was something special? No. All he was to me was a simple experiment. I have heard of tales of humans turned vampire, and how they all met short, untimely, and rather gruesome ends. I merely wanted to see if a different result was possible, to see if another possibility existed. As it turned out, I was right. He's going to kill me. Sweet, innocent young one. I highly doubt that's going to happen. You must believe him to be a rather powerful individual, but his strength is nothing compared to one such as myself, or any others of my kind. Oh, he's a hunter, you say? I really need to be careful then. Trust me, my dear, what he's been doing for all these years doesn't change a thing. I alone have slain countless numbers that shared his affiliation, regardless of their skill or experience. You'll help him. So precious. My dear, all you are doing is throwing your life at my feet. However, I do enjoy prey that struggle, giving it all they have to strive for a more hopeful future, only for it all to be in vain. let me tell you a little secret no one wishes to acknowledge. No matter what you think, no matter what you do, to my kind, you will always be our prey, and us your predator. Whether you obey, whether you resist, they are both merely sides of the same coin that I hold in the palm of my hand. Maybe once in a while I'll toss it and see what faces up, but after I've had my small bit of entertainment, that coin will go back in my pocket, as it always has, until I require a short thrill again. I'm guessing that must be him. Well, I think this night is about to become even more interesting. Don't you agree? I think I'll have you stay right there on that bench for now. A little bit of entertainment for you this evening, and a bit of a demonstration of my power. I hope you enjoy.